Okay, so this was the bed, or the box. They had the strawberries that I ended up starting to dig, and I found worm castings. I found out that the whole box had turned into worm castings. Like, there was no more soil. It was just fertilizer. So I'm going to show you all the fertilizer. I only went halfway, and I'll tell you why. Those chickens are really trying to cross that makeshift fence, emergency fence I had to make, because they're really eating my cantaloupe plant. They love it. They eat all the leaves off of it, and they don't like that I put the fence up, and they're trying to figure out how to get through. And I'm sure they can just fly over it, but they don't know that. Really trying, but man, they really decimated half of that plant, so I have to keep them off. Uh-oh, there you go, there you go. They figure it out. You know, these chickens are not that dumb. They're not that dumb. I'm gonna go fix that. But let me show you. Sorry about the mess. This is about 25 pounds of worm castings that I collected from that box. I sifted through, and I got that much. So it's a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect some. Oh my gosh, this is a lot. Oh, it only takes a little bit, actually, like about this much per plant to help it. And look how much I have. I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. I put newspaper because the microorganisms and the bacteria in it that help you are alive, and they need to feed, and they feed on carbon once they are sifted and ready, and ready for storage. You know? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that big bed of tomatoes, I'm gonna put some of this. Okay, so we're here now. Now this tomato bed I neglected, but also it got a virus, and it really decimated the leaves. I put a little bit of worm castings in here, and I noticed that new growth is starting to come out. I mean, this plant was ready to die. Like, it was ready to die. I actually trimmed a bunch of leaves off of it because I was getting ready to just pull it out. It really was dying, guys. It was like, it was dying. It was dying. And it bounced back. And now it has new growth. And I know these tomatoes should be a little bit bigger than that. But I think the sun is making them ripen before time, and they're ripening at the smaller size, so they should be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna pull these out because they're starting to get soft with the heat, even though they have shade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put more worm castings so we can regenerate this plant back to life, and it can give us bigger tomatoes. So all you do, for anybody who doesn't know, you just dig a hole, not a hole, but just over the surface, and just cover it. So yeah, so we're gonna do that. Okay, put some there, cover it, and I'm gonna do this with the whole bed. Okay, Wayne got more. And I'm really trying to increase the yield on these tomatoes, but I think I already put worm castings in there. I think the problem is that I have ants, and even though it's producing all right, I would like a better yield on this. These are San Marzano. They look like Roma tomatoes, but they're San Marzano tomatoes, and they're doing pretty good too. So the peppers, oh my gosh, I've ate so many peppers. I don't know what to do. I'm just literally leaving them on the plants now because I have way too many.
Hey, Mommy.
And these died.
Mommy.
What?
Yeah.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
And this is the eggplant. I forgot to water it one day and it got kind of wrinkly. I don't know if you can see it. It got kind of wrinkly, but it bounced back up. But it stayed a little bit soft, so that sucks. Another one, I think this is a beefsteak tomato that was dying on me. And all because I left for a week. And this irrigation drip system did not work the best. And it started to die on me. Because even though it did give it water, it wasn't enough to compete with how dry it gets here in the desert, in the low desert. And it was starting to dry and die, as you can see. And so I of course started watering, and I put some worm castings, and on this dry branch it started to have new growth. Obviously that's good, so we want that. And now it's coming back to life. It did have one tomato that it's probably gonna give it to the chickens, so hopes for this beefsteak tomato. Okay, these dahlias, I'm gonna let them just go because I wasn't too impressed. They're pretty, but I don't think I'll plant them again. The zinnias though, I love the zinnias. And oh, watch out, baby. And I'll be planting some more of these. And I actually planted some more zinnias that are coming out here, and these are scarlet red. These are gonna be red zinnias. And I believe I also have, what do I have? Aster flower, and these take longer to come out. But so I'm preparing for my sale. I do a sale every season. This is the sale for the pumpkin season, and we're gonna have all kinds of different types and different varieties, and they sell out quick actually, because who doesn't love pumpkin in the fall, right? So I'm actually gonna post them for sale today and start getting people call me throughout the week. So that's a good little side hustle. I'm thinking about maybe selling some, like a little baggie of worm castings for, you know, whatever, because I have too much, and I am actually not gonna plant anything, not that I'm thinking of, this winter season. And so, and that to attend to my child. But yeah, this is what I got. All that worm castings. I am just so, I guess, happy, shocked. So what I'm gonna do, I left half of the bin out there, half of the worm castings. It's a little bit less than half, actually, maybe a quarter of it left, and it had worms in it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this box as a breeder box and breed more worms, and take some out, put them in my tank, in my breeder, in my worm bin, and just keep breeding them here. So what I did is I put some more soil in there, and this is all mulch that I sifted from the worm castings. There's worm castings in there. Do you see the darker? It's not soil, it's worm castings. And I put food in there, and I put a little bit aged chicken manure in there, and eventually this is gonna rise up, and I'm gonna come check it to see if there's more worm castings to harvest and more worms. To tell you, I had to go and grab this to bring this box here in the shade, because it was out there in the sun, and because it was so heavy, and my husband wasn't home, so I had to go get this to move it. So I guess I'm gonna, I don't know, just get into this worm hobby a little bit deeper than what I thought. So that's exciting. I'll keep you updated. Alright, well, I'll leave you with a view of the chickens. Bye.